Gentlelady is recognized for 3 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman for yielding. I rise today to express my very serious concerns about this program and to remind my colleagues that this program is actually a very bad deal for my constituents in the state of Michigan and many other states in the Great Lakes Basin as well. For the past few years, FEMA has been engaged doing what Congress did direct them to do, and that's updating and modernizing our flood maps across the entire nation. And we all recognize that with new technology, we can and we should update the maps to reflect our best science and to convert existing outdated maps into user-friendly digital format. And let me just make clear, I totally support that effort and those objections. However, property owners in the Great Lakes are being treated very unfairly by these new maps, which have taken effect in my district and all through the basin during the past several years. And the net effect is that we can show how these property owners, whose property very rarely floods, nor have the potential to flood, are being treated badly because, in fact, they are being abused by the national flood insurance programs. My constituents, many of them on the water, are paying very, very high flood insurance premiums, and yet we very rarely even claim on this or receive any money for our claims. Essentially, Michigan and other states in the Great Lakes Basin are being forced to subsidize those in other states who are prone to severe weather events. And if that's what we are going to do, we should just call it what it is and have a national catastrophic fund as opposed to this national flood insurance fund. In other words, let everybody pay. Why should the people in the Great Lakes Basin have to subsidize this particular program? A GAO report on this program that was published in April found that nearly 1 in 4 property owners pay subsidized rates for their flood insurance that do not reflect the full risk of flooding. You have to ask, no wonder this program is $19 billion in debt. And to add insult to injury, this program keeps paying claims year after year so some Americans can continue to live in flood-prone areas. That's fine if they want to live there, but I don't know why those people in the Great Lakes have to keep paying for these repetitive claims year after year. That's only 1% of the policy, but it is 25% of all of the claims. I think it is well past time that this program either be scrapped entirely or reformed. My constituents in Michigan with little risk of flooding, again, who have experienced little or no flooding, are funding the National Flood Insurance Program at astronomical rates. States that we see flooded year after year, and again, allow people to keep building and rebuilding in a floodplain, or who keep experiencing hurricanes, are essentially using this FEMA fund as an ATM machine. And I don't think it's fair, and it really, if we're going to have a national flood insurance program, I think everybody should be paying fairly. Again, I think a national catastrophic fund would be the most fair approach to this. I think if this situation considers that Michigan and other states should consider opting out of this national plan and self-insuring, I've written a letter to our governor, and I hope that she considers that. In Michigan, I would say this, we look down at the water.
I
thank the gentleman for yielding me another 30 seconds. In Michigan, we look down at the water. We don't look up at the water. And we just think it's very unfair that we have to keep subsidizing all of the other areas just because we live on the water as well. I think this program needs to be revamped, and I would say again, we should have a national catastrophic fund. We have great empathy and sympathy for those who want to live in a flood-prone area, but I don't know why those of us on the shores of the Great Lakes have to be the only ones in the nation to subsidize this. I think it's very unfair, and I would yield back the balance of my time.
Gentlelady yields back her time. Gentlelady from Florida. Gentlelady from Florida.
I continue to reserve.
Gentlelady reserves. Gentleman from California.